Hey, what is up, you sexy beasts? GhostSickness Tristan here, and today I'm bringing you a potential new series called Sluts vs. Players, where I'm going to be doing a versus series, and today I'm talking about the derogatory term slut versus the complimentary term player, and kind of why they each are what they are, and kind of why it's a double standard for women to be considered a derogatory term for sleeping with a lot of guys, and for men to be praised for sleeping with a lot of women, right? You think about it, right? A girl who sleeps with a lot of guys is known as a slut. A guy who sleeps with a lot of girls is known as a player. Now, I'm going to explain kind of why that is and why it's a double standard. Now, I know a lot of you guys can take this video the wrong way, and that's not what I want, because I obviously disagree with the term slut and stuff like that. But I want to explain why it's a thing and why it'll remain a thing, and that'll never change due to certain reasons. So I'm going to get right into it. So first, I'm going to kind of define what most people tend to think they are and kind of give my own thoughts about the situation. So a slut is defined as a woman who sleeps with a lot of men, and it's pretty derogatory, like, oh, you fucking slut. Like, it's a derogatory term. You don't want to be called a slut. You don't want to be a slut if you are a girl. And you know, men can be sluts too, but it's not the same thing. It's just yeah, you can be called like a man whore or whatever. You can be called a slut. It's just, it doesn't have the same kind of impact it does to women. And yeah, it's very, very derogatory, not a good term at all, and women don't really find a lot of, yeah, they really don't like that term at all. So, but the actual definition, according to Google, is a woman who has many casual sexual partners, and is synonymous with prostitutes and whores. So that's obviously very derogatory, because prostitutes require payment, and whores similarly. But yeah, it's obviously a very derogatory term, even according to Google. Like, it just is, and it's not something that you want to say ever, even if a girl just does have, you know, many casual sexual partners, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. That's dependent on you, which to some guys, they can think that's a bad thing, and some, you know, girls can think that's a bad thing, but you know, it's really up to a person, right? So let's move on to the definition of a player. It is a guy who sleeps with a lot of women, or gets with a lot of women, or hooks up, or does whatever. He's just very successful with women, and he plays women really well, and he gets what he wants. And by plays women, I just mean that's why they call him a player, because he's able to play these girls and get them to do what he wants and stuff like that, and he's confident and successful. And literally, the Google definition, I will show a screen cap of both of these just to show you guys, and you can search them up yourself. Search up player definition and slut definition or whatever, and Google, it'll just pop right up, and I'm sure you guys will find this on other websites as well. I wish I could make this shit up, but I can't. So definition is a confident, successful man with many sexual partners. Do you guys notice the clear difference? Okay, so for a woman, the definition of a slut is a woman who has many casual sexual partners. It's very blatant, it's very truthful, it's very just to the point and dull, and it does not have a lot of adjectives to describe the definition of that actual woman. Now, for a man, it's literally a compliment in the definition. It is a confident, successful man with many sexual partners, not just a regular man who sleeps with a lot of women casually, right? So why is this? And I'm going to explain kind of why this is. And there's a funny ancient proverb, not an ancient proverb, but I just like saying that, that goes along with this. So I hope you guys have heard this one before, because it's a classic and I really like it. A key that can open many locks is a master key, but a lock that can be opened by many keys is a shitty lock. And I always found that just absolutely hilarious, and it makes a lot of sense. I mean, think about it, right? The women, it's not hard for a woman to get laid, bottom line, okay? Whether she's good looking or not good looking, okay? So you take an unattractive woman and an unattractive man, okay? The unattractive woman just has to ask a guy to, you know, sleep with her. And so, have you guys seen the YouTube channel Whatever? The YouTube channel Whatever did a video. They had a good looking guy, and he would go ask, he asked like 100 girls to have sex with him, and he got turned down every single time. And like a few said like maybe or whatever, and they were just kind of weird about it, and then they like backed out. Like he basically got no yeses. And then they do the same thing with an attractive girl, and she didn't even have to ask 100 guys for this. She asked like 14 guys, most of which had boyfriends, and then, you know, most of them said yes, or they were in just a really awkward situation and just said no. But yeah, bottom line is, look, it's not that hard for a girl to get laid, because, you know, women, okay, basically men chase women, right? So women get to choose their sexual partners. So men always have to impress and always woo and attract these girls, while women just have to be attractive and be cool and not like a bitch or whatever, right? So that's why women have kind of a derogatory term, because it's not hard for a woman to sleep with a lot of men. It's not hard to do that and have a lot of casual sexual partners if you are a female, right? It's just not difficult. However, if you are a male, it is definitely a lot harder, because you have to be confident, you have to be attractive, you have to be, you know, all these certain qualities that women find attractive, and able to woo multiple girls into liking you and actually having sex with you. So that is why women are considered, some women who sleep with a lot of men are considered sluts, and some men who sleep with a lot of women are considered players. And it's definitely a derogatory term versus a compliment, and I totally understand that. Now, the bottom line is it shouldn't be a double standard, but it is for one simple biological reason, and that is reproduction. I know this sounds stupid, but it was talked about on Vsauce. I'll try to link the video. If I link the proper one, I'll try to find it, but it was an old video, and it just made a lot of sense, and it definitely does make a lot of sense. So if you think about it, women can only have a certain amount of kids. I mean, think about it. It takes 9 months to have a kid, and if they only have one at a time, man, they can only pop out like 60, and they'd be absolutely insane, back to back to back to back to back. It'd probably kill the woman, honestly. But yeah, women can only have a certain amount of kids, like a realistic amount. Then you have Octomom, which I'm not even going to get into that. But so anyway, they have to choose the partner to them, which would be the best possible partner, the best possible guy to reproduce with, right? Presumably to have the most amount of kids with that one guy, or however many, or one or two, or however many they want, with the best possible guy available. Because men have to chase women, so women get to do the picking, not the men, right? I mean, men choose which women they chase, but that's not really the point, because women have more of a choice than men do. Because, right, you think about it, and girls have like 4 or 5 guys chasing them at each time, but you don't have men. I mean, you do have men chasing like 4 or 5 girls at each time, but it's not like they actually have a choice. It's like, shit, which one will actually fall in love with me, or like me, or have sex with me, or whatever, right? So anyway, for men it's a numbers game, for women it's a picking game. But anyway, yeah, because men chase women, and men can have infinite kids, because they can woo infinite amount of girls. They can just go and have sex with girl after girl after girl after girl, and just, you know, because they produce millions of sperm each time, and they can just have a whole bunch of kids. So bottom line, guys, it's a simple biological reason, is that, you know, women get to do the picking, and men get to do the chasing and the wooing and all this other stuff, and they have to be confident and successful and attractive, and, you know, all this other stuff like that in order to attract these girls, while women only really have to be attractive. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Bottom line, guys. So yes, it is a derogatory term for a reason, and yes, it's a compliment for a reason. And I'm not saying it's a good or a bad thing. It's really not. But double standards are double standards for reasons. If you want me to talk about more double standards, I absolutely can and would love to. I really hope you guys enjoyed and understood this video as much as I wanted it to. Let's see if we can hit 600 likes for more of these videos. And I just really hope you guys understand the message I'm trying to convey. Not really my side and all like that. Obviously, I'm biased. I'm going to completely admit that. I'm a guy, but all I'm going to say is that you think about it, and it's a lot harder for a guy to get laid than it is a girl to get laid. So that's really the bottom line message of this video, and I hope I'm not too preachy or too whatever, but I'm just going to let you guys know that even Google has my back on this, and I'm sure you guys absolutely understand the situation. So guys, remember the fact that I fucking love you. Don't forget to smash that like button. I'll see you later. Bye.